Happiness. We all want to be happy, right? And sometimes it's not that easy. So I found this little handbook, the Happiness Handbook. So here's a little review on it. And welcome back to the Brac Shop. And this is the portal to the esoteric, which covers the paranormal, the spiritual, the unexplained. And I'm Tom from the shop. Happiness. Who is happy? Who gets unhappy and wants to be happy? Who has a hard time trying to be happy? Well, I came across this book, the Happiness Handbook. And it's actually by Natalie Hallam. Now, you may have seen her on my weekly lives. She's come on a few times and she's written the Happiness Handbook. And don't forget, you can join us on our lives as well. It's Saturday nights, 10 o'clock UK time. And just join us. And subscribe and click the notification button and the bell. And that way you won't miss out when I do let you know when I'm going live. And also when I release my other videos. And if you like this episode, please click the like button. It helps the channel and helps us to grow as well. So, the Happiness Handbook. It's how to be happy. Now, it sounds pretty straightforward, but it does cover quite a bit because happiness is sometimes it's a bit hard to be happy. There can be outside influences affecting you, like to the extreme cases, the loss of someone close, whether it be through death or a partnership breakup. And sometimes you can just have down days. But they're the extreme cases. But I found the book really incisive. It gives a definition of what happiness is, and then it just goes on to explain different ways that you can use what you've got around you to make you happy. And I personally believe if you're happy, you're actually on a higher vibration, which will help you then attract things to you, the good things to you. And it helps with manifesting if you're into that manifesting realm as well. So I found the book lists what happiness is, the definition, and then it goes on what things do make people happy and why is it good to be happy. Well, now Natalie has written the Happiness Handbook, and it's 40 ways to improve your happiness and enjoy the life you deserve. Now, this video is not sponsored by Natalie at all. I'm completely doing this book review on my own interests because it's very similar to my own viewpoints as well. Because I've done a few videos previously on happiness and the effects of being happy. It raises the vibrations, and as I've said, you're able to attract things to you, manifest things, and makes things easier. Also, you feel good, and it makes your body better as well. You're in a healthier state. And Natalie covers all of that in her book as well. And here it is. Oh, there it is right there, coming into screen. And that's been written by Natalie. And it's available to purchase. And here's Natalie. So we have our guest on today. This is Natalie. Say hi, Natalie. You can have a drink.
Hello.
That's the little book of happiness.
I've got computer glasses on. Sorry about that.
That's all right. So yeah, I've got the link down below for her book. For can you read that? Time to be happy. It's a Happiness Handbook.
Yeah, this is a sample copy, so it doesn't really. It's got like a grey band going through it. It's not that big. It doesn't take long to read.
I'm going to show it here. Pull it back.
Yeah, and it's on Kindle as well. And I'm going to do an audiobook of it as well.
And what's it about?
It's just tips, like 40 tips on being happy. So,
And how to be happy.
yeah, to cut a long story short, I was on a lot of film sets. You get a lot of downtime when you're filming. And I asked a lot of friends what they thought their idea of happiness was. And I wrote down all their answers. And over a long period of time, I collated the answers and then formulated this, which is like 40 tips of things that can make your life a little bit better, if you like.
Wonderful, wonderful.
So yeah, it's just positive little, you know.
She goes through quite a lot of things. It's, with my notes here, it looks at perception, which is what I've talked about as well. People's perspectives on similar things. Is your cup half full or half empty? Talks about your values, and are you in alignment with your values? Because, well, if you're not in alignment, you're going to be going against the grain, so to speak, and so that's going to affect your happiness. And also the importance of gratitude. That's a big one as well. Always be gratitude and helpful, and it will help with you being happy because you're grateful for what you've got, and that's something to be happy about, I can tell you. And Natalie also gives you a few different techniques on how to develop it, on how to make yourself feel happy. And she also mentions, of course, there are some basic things as well, like just exercise and rest. Obviously, if you're working too hard, you're going to be a bit stressed and you're not going to be happy. So you just got to put yourself into check and just look at how much are you working. Have you got a balanced life? Are you exercising properly? Are you eating properly? And hopefully you'll fall into a balanced lifestyle again and you'll feel better and get happy. See, Natalie covers all of this in her book. And of course, she talks about meditation. It's not for everyone, as she says in her book, but that also helps. And treat yourself well. You've got to have time out. Take a walk in the park. Reconnect with nature. And there is a bonding concept with nature, and Natalie covers all of that in her book there, which is very similar to some of the things I've said as well. So we're obviously on the right path here. And also, who do you surround yourself with is another thing. And if you're in a bit of a toxic relationship, whether it's personal, whether it be at work, Natalie has actually given a few tips on that as well. And she also helps with the extreme cases of unhappiness, as I mentioned earlier, like grief, and also your inner critic. You know, that voice that says, it's not going to work. You're not good enough. Forget it. And Natalie also talks how to confront that, which is great. So I do recommend reading the Happiness Handbook. And after all, once you're happy, it is a bit contagious. Looking on the bright side, because we know how some miserable people can walk in a room and all of a sudden you can feel the energy. Well, it's the same with happiness. Someone really jolly comes in, you see them happy and you want a bit of that energy, that happiness. And you begin to attract those sort of people to you as well. So there's benefits to being happy, and it's in the book. So I'm really quite sold on the idea of being happiness, and I suggest reading the book, because after all, what goes around comes around. You'll feel good, you'll be on a high vibration, and you'll be starting to attract the things that you want as well. Now, the book is available on Amazon, and it's available in book form or Kindle, and it's at a very good price. So I do suggest it. Get the Kindle. You can download it onto your electronic device, your tablet or your phone, and read it straight away. You don't have to wait for it to arrive. So that's my recommendation, and I do suggest it. It's very enlightening and some good tips to be happy. And if you've enjoyed this video, please press the like button. You'll make me very happy. Help the channel as well. And also don't forget to subscribe and click the bell and the notification button. And you won't miss out on my other videos. You'll be notified when I go my Saturday night live broadcast. And you might see Natalie as well. And if you come on, you may even be able to ask her a few questions as well. And if you've enjoyed all of this, you can also help me and the channel by buying me a drink below. All the links are down there. Have a browse through the links down below, because we're also affiliated with the UK's #1 spiritual shop, online spiritual shop. It's very reasonably priced actually, and they also have very reasonable worldwide shipping. So no matter where you are in the world, basically, you can get your products and orders, and you get 10% off your first order. So have a browse, have a look at some of the links down below. So on that, have a look at Natalie's Happiness Handbook and get happy. So until then, I hope you'll join us again next time, or join us on the Saturday Night Live, 10 o'clock UK time in the evenings, and join us there. And you may even see Natalie and ask her a few questions or two. So until then, stay well and happy.